Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Thrifty Food Plan channel. I am so glad you are here. If you're new, my name is Jay, and I'm delighted you found our little YouTube community. I got back from my sister's house last night, and when I got home, I had a Boca burger in the freezer and an English muffin, so I just made that for dinner last night. Um, Sometimes when I travel like now, I need to regroup when it comes to what I've got to eat, groceries, all that sort of thing. So we're going to do a little bit of kind of a midway through reset for the 10-day haul I did a while ago. I'm going to take a look at what I have in the fridge, freezer, and pantry and just kind of figure out if I need to do a filler haul to get myself ready for the rest of the week. So sometimes I just need to reset after traveling. So let's get to it. As always, folks, please don't judge cleanliness, specifically because I just got back from my sister's. I was traveling. Okay, I have very, very little soy milk left, so definitely need some of that. Do have some lemons, got some tofu, still got some corn tortillas. I froze my hummus before I left and now I'm defrosting it. I've got walnuts for salads and for oats. I've got faux cheese. I've still got some flax and nutritional yeast, chickpea flour. Down here, got one, oh, that pepper's getting soft. I've got one red pepper, half, 3/4 of a yellow pepper left, some sweet onion, some purple onion, half of a cucumber. I have to say that cucumber tasted terrible, so the first half, so I don't know if I'm gonna. What I did to make it palatable was I just put some rice vinegar over it, trying to get the yicky taste. So not a very good cucumber, just FYI. And then I've got a whole head of cabbage down here, but you can tell it's starting to get a little ick, so definitely need to prep and eat that. All right. Then I've got smoothie stuff. I've got some frozen spinach, some frozen bananas, some frozen fruit. Also can make nice cream with the frozen bananas. Did eat that Boca burger, but I have a couple of English muffins left. This is frozen lemon. Thank you so much to the viewer who gave me the tip to just freeze my lemon. Very helpful. Down here, I've got some frozen asparagus. I've still got some turnip greens. I've got my mukamame. That big bag is odds and ends to make homemade veggie broth. Mukamame. And then I've got some coconut milk. This is a block of cheese for when the phenom comes back. This is some lentil marinara. Everything else is empty. All right, in the pantry, I bought 8 pounds of oats last month, so I've got plenty of oats. Ground cinnamon, peanut butter, and I got raisins, got a little pasta, popcorn, millet, which I can use to make stir fry if I want to. I've got a bag of farro left. I've got some yellow rice left from when the phenom visited. She didn't eat that. I've got 1 can of Great Northern, 1 can of Canelli. The instant mashed potatoes are really for the phenom and the dog. I use them to bulk up the dog kibble. Down here is mostly baking stuff. I do have a couple of nut thins left, but I'm almost out of chocolate. So probably want to pick up some chocolate. And then down here is mostly college phenom stuff. That said, these ramen packets, I can eat the noodles, I just can't eat the seasoning. So on the meal plan. So that is my food pantry. And then in terms of produce, look, my green onions grew a ton while I was at my sister's house. So I need to get these cleaned up and prepped. And then I have 1 potato left. All right, folks, that's everything in the fridge, freezer, and pantry. All right, I am back from the grocery. Picked up 2 pounds of carrots. They didn't have any 1 pound bags left. Picked up a little bitty head of broccoli, veg. In fruits, picked up 4 bananas, 2 nectarines. These were a super sale this week, so they were about half off. And then I picked up 2 Granny Smith apples and a lemon. So I was completely out of fruit that wasn't frozen. And then in protein, I picked up another can of chickpeas, and then the navy beans were $1.25, which is as cheap as I have seen them in a long time. Did pick up some soy milk because I needed soy milk. And then in miscellaneous category, I picked up this giant bar of Hershey's dark chocolate. It's 7.56 ounces. That's about twice as big as the normal bars I buy. This was $3.49, but given the fact that it's twice the size, it was actually a much better deal than anything else I could get. And then in household, I picked up some shampoo and conditioner and some mouthwash. So this is everything I got in my little bitty filler haul. All right, so let's talk about what the food budget is for the haul you just saw. So when I was constructing my June budget, the most recently available USDA Thrifty food plan, which is what I use, was from April 2023. And what that said was that me, as a 51 to 70-year-old female, my base allotment was $51.70. Because I am a one-person household and can't pool food with other humans, they tell me to add 20%, which brings the total amount I'm allowed to spend in a week on food to $62.04. And I do have about a week left until my budgetary month of June runs out. So this is sort of the amount that I am allowed to spend on just food. So let's talk about what I spent on this little haul. So the total that I paid at the Kroger was $20.23, but not all of that was food. And the USDA Thrifty Food Plan only covers food. The rest of it is paid for out of my household and personal care budget, which I will report out on at the end of the month. So we take 2023, we subtract out the mouthwash, the shampoo, the conditioner, and the tax, and I spent $15.86 on food, which does mean that I came in under budget by $46.19. Now, I had a lot already in my fridge, freezer, and pantry, at least for me. So again, this is more of a filler haul, but what I could have spent under the USDA Thrifty plan was $62.04, but I am well under budget. The other thing I love about the USDA Thrifty Food Plan is it provides us with nutritional guidance that sort of tells us what percentage of our total dollars we should be spending in each of the nutritional categories. Now, mine are usually a little out of whack. I usually underspend on dairy and protein and overspend on bread, veg, and fruit just because I'm a mostly whole food plant-based vegan. There are exceptions, but mostly. When I look at this shop, though, my percentages are pretty skewed. Spent about 23% on veg, 25% on fruit. Didn't buy any grains because y'all saw I have a bunch of grains and like probably 7 pounds of oatmeal from last month. I've got plenty of grains to use up. I picked up some chickpeas and navy beans. I've also got other things on hand, got my soy milk, and then I spent 22% of all my dollars on chocolate. So like I am pretty out of whack. So I'm not sure if I did really well nutritionally. A lot of that will depend on what I'm actually going to eat. So let's take a look at the meal plan. So most mornings I will have oats with raisins or bananas for breakfast. I do have things in the freezer I can make a smoothie with if I want to. I still have some coffee in the cabinet, so I will have coffee every single morning with a little bit of soy milk. For snacks, I've got fruit back in stock. I'm also going to make a second batch of lemon hummus, which I can eat with the nut thins that I still have in the pantry, or the carrots that I bought. And I've got popcorn I can air pop for a snack. When the Phenom came home, I bought her a box of cereal. She didn't eat all of it. So if I get really hungry and need a big snack, I could have cereal with some soy milk. Lunches, I will have kind of a chopped salad with that cabbage. Most days, I'll have that with beans and some other chopped vegetables on top. Can have leftovers if I get saladed out. And obviously, I will have a piece of chocolate every single day after lunch. For dinner, I'm going to make millet stir fry with broccoli, onion, and tofu. This is a same recipe I made a couple of weeks ago that really was inspired by all of you who are part of the community here. So I'm eating that again. And then Anna Brusa, also one of our community members, had provided sort of a inspirational to me idea for ramen bowls. And so I am going to make sort of that dish. I thought I was going to do it before I went to my sister's house, but didn't end up needing to make it before I left. So I am putting that back in the meal plan. And then if I need some extender meals, after I get done with my stir fry and my ramen bowls, I do have some yellow rice in the pantry. I've got a potato, so I could make like Buddha bowls with a starch, serve that with beans. I've got those frozen turnip greens. So, I've got things that I could make sort of Buddha bowls with if I wanted to. And then if I want dessert, I can have another piece of chocolate, or I have things to make nice cream, banana nice cream. And so when I sort of look at the totality of this, I do feel like all of the nutritional categories will be covered, right? Because I've got grains, I've got fruit, I have veg, I have protein, I have dairy in here, and I certainly have miscellaneous with my chocolate. So I feel like I feel like I will eat nutritionally well. That said, my percentages were out of whack. And when you all look at this meal plan, I'd just love to know if you see any gaps that I don't quite see. I would appreciate your feedback a lot. Okay, folks, so that is sort of my plan to get me through the end of my budgetary month. As you can see, I did need to do a little bit of a filler haul. Although I can mostly eat with what I have on hand. I'd love to hear down in the comments below sort of how you all sort of think about when you grocery shop and when you just eat kind of what you have. I mean, I'll be honest, I knew I needed to go to the grocery store because I needed shampoo and conditioner. I could have lived without the mouthwash, but I needed shampoo and conditioner. And I was out of soy milk. And so I could have just gone and gotten those three things, but I picked up some other items to give me a more robust set of foods to eat through the end of the month. And that's kind of what I did. And I probably could have gotten by. I could have washed my hair with soap. Like, I could have not gone to the grocery store again. So when you all are making that decision about whether to go or not, what are some of the factors that you consider? Because again, I could have not had soy milk for my coffee. I could have not had soy milk for my oats. I could have, but I went to the grocery store anyway. And I don't know if it was the right choice or not. So I'd love to hear down below sort of how all of you think through those moments, and it'll help all of us sort of keep an eye on what we're spending and whether we actually need to go to the store. do come back in another day or so. I'll have a meal prep video and you will get to see me eat my very basic food plan, but I am gonna make Anna's ramen bowls, or at least something inspired by them, because I didn't get that into the meal plan before I left for my sister's house. So Anna and friends, be on the lookout for that. Thanks so much for visiting. Please do hit that like button, subscribe, leave your comments below, do all the things you can to support each other and to support our little YouTube community. Thanks so much. I'll see you in a couple days.